Hello, Boundless Universe. This is Sulfurblade, and I'm back with another episode. This time, I am back to bomb mining. I've done an episode before on bomb mining, but I'm going to try to make this one a little more possibly on the informative side. And Javita's also done episodes on bomb mining as well. So this is a topic that's received a lot of coverage already. But we have a lot of new people coming to Boundless, and I figured that I'd like to rehash this topic. If some of you don't know what bomb mining is, using the hammer is not really the only way to mine. I have brought with me a bag of copper bombs, a bag of iron bombs, and my normal titanium bombs. And basically, I just wanted to show what the different bombs do, and right. So let's start with the copper bomb. Well, we're going to start with the bag of iron bombs. So iron bombs are very similar in strength. If I look at the iron bombs here, I'm going to see a damage of 4,000. Now, if I look at the titanium bombs, I'm going to see a damage of 4,272. So the titanium bombs do slightly more damage. Now, this is important to note. The number of bombs you need to throw in order to break the stone blocks, but not the resources. I am currently, my character is spec'd or specialized for titanium bombs. I have not respec'd my character at this moment to optimize iron bombs. So I don't know if the iron bombs are going to work by just throwing 3 bombs or not. I think there's a good chance it will because of the similar damage between the two. So this will be kind of a test. And also, this is basically going to show you kind of how you go about targeting your own character. So when you start bomb mining for yourself and you decide that you want to use copper bombs, or you want to use iron bombs, or you want to use gold bombs, or whatever bombs you have available, you will have to kind of fine-tune in your character's skills to best suit that bomb. And maybe I can demonstrate how that's done today. So I'm just going to start off with throwing 3 iron bombs and see what happens. 2, 3. And we got a bang. So as you can see, it worked just fine. There were no resources within the bomb's range, because iron bombs have a little bit smaller range. But there was no problem blowing up the chunk with 3 bombs. And we didn't blow up the resources because titanium bombs actually do more damage, and titanium bombs don't blow up the resources. So I'm quite sure the iron bombs didn't. Actually, we'll just throw a couple of iron bombs on the top of this resource. Now, as we saw there, the iron bombs didn't actually break the blocks. So that means that the last time it worked because one of those 3 bombs I threw critted. And this time, the 3 bombs, none of them were crits, and so they didn't actually blow the blocks. Which says, to me, that my current loadout doesn't work for iron bombs. So I would need to go into my character, go to his skills, and simply adjust a point. So probably putting one more point in Bomb Mastery here. So I've got 8 in power, I've got 4 in attributes, I've got 2 in Bomb Mastery, I've got 1 in Bomb Epic, and I got 1 in the Damage Epic. So right now, this is perfect loadout for titanium bombs. It just doesn't get any better than this. But I think to be optimized for iron bombs would simply be just adding another point here in Bomb Mastery. I think my iron bombs with this loadout will work just fine. Because all I need is just a sliver more damage, and now I will have a sliver more damage. So let's go test it. So I'm going to try to throw him right up against this piece of coal. And as you can see, all of the resources stayed, but all the rock vanished. And that's the goal of what you're doing with bombs. But iron bombs obviously have a slightly smaller range. But still, it's a heck of a lot faster to dig that many blocks simultaneously than it is to hit with a hammer, right? So iron bombs can be a very affordable alternative for going out and mining. And I've noticed that the iron bombs right now in the community are selling pretty cheap. I'm seeing a lot of iron bombs being sold, or being put up for sale, but they don't seem to be moving on the shop stands, and it makes me wonder why, because iron bombs are really an ideal choice for a person who's new to bomb mining, doesn't have the titanium yet to make titanium bombs, but you know, has the at least the skill and the desire to try. I would strongly suggest to go out and test, figure out how to bomb mine with iron bombs. Yes, they have a smaller radius, obviously, but they work just fine, as I just demonstrated. Now, the copper bombs. So copper bombs are really tricky. And the reason for that is that copper bombs only do 2,538 damage compared to the 4,200. Well, so I just adjusted my bomb mastery. If we looked the last time before I changed that point, my iron bombs were at 4,000 and my titanium bombs were at 4,200. Now you can see my iron bombs are at 4,200, just like my titanium ones used to be. And now if I look at my titanium ones, they'll be above 4,200. They'll be at 4,500. So if we know that 3 of these bombs at 4,200 breaks the blocks, then we know that we're attempting to do about 12,600 points of damage. So now we're looking at copper. Well, how many copper bombs would it be to do about 12,000 points of damage? 6 would obviously do maybe 15,000, which maybe 6 might be too many. 5 would do 10,000, carry the 2. 5 copper bombs may be enough. Let's check. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Didn't quite do it. I'm going to throw one more in there. 6 didn't do it. But 7 did it, and it didn't destroy the resource. So this is another low budget way of bomb mining, and as you can see, the AoE is bigger. Okay, the copper bomb AoE is fairly sizable. I think it's probably about the same size as titanium. Yeah, it is. So we'll demonstrate the copper bombs one more time. Now it took me, what, 7 bombs, was it? Oops, didn't mean to do that. 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to stop at 6. If it doesn't do it, I'm going to throw 7. So that one went off a little cattywampus because one of the bombs rolled backwards. But as you can see, it throwing 7 seemed to work with my current loadout that I have going on right now. So right now, with 8 power, 4 in attributes, because that enhances power, 3 in bomb mastery, and 1 in bomb epic with the damage epic, I seem to be able to throw 3 iron bombs, no problem, or 7 copper bombs, and get the desired result. Now, I prefer to just use titanium bombs, so I'm going to take away a point out of bomb mastery. I'm going to throw some titanium bombs. And we'll go again. So, as you can see, I'm covering a lot of ground right now. I'm getting a fair amount of resources, including some nice hard coal, iron, copper. But do understand, I'm on Serpent Serenity right now. So, all of these things are based off of a Tier 5 planet. So a Tier 6 planet would take... the blocks will be harder to damage there because they'll have more armor. And if you're on a lower tier planet, like a Tier 3 or a Tier 4, again, the blocks will have less armor. And with less armor means you don't have to throw as many bombs. So keep that in mind. So if you're going to use this video and you're thinking, well, if I use Sulfur's loadout and I toss 3 bombs, well, you better make sure you're on the right planet. So Serpent Serenity, that'll work. Or any of the other Tier 5 planets, like Bessa Verona or Altanis. We've got a nice hard coal vein. I found a diamond vein. So this is why people don't mine. It makes getting these resources so much easier. And again, if you don't have the money or you're just starting out and you can't afford titanium bombs, because who can at 2,500? They're pretty expensive. Not to mention, if you don't have titanium to make your bombs, you gotta start somewhere. Or, well, you don't have to bomb mine, I suppose. You could do this the old-fashioned way. But why do it the old-fashioned way when you could, you know, do it the easy way? So I'm just gonna toss 3 iron bombs up here to make it easier to harvest these resources. And of course, they went flying backwards in the wrong direction. Let's see if I can manage to make that actually work this time. Alright, so, I think that is the point of the episode. So, I've demonstrated the use of copper bombs with my skill loadout. I was throwing 7. I demonstrated the use of iron bombs, which I threw 3. Iron bombs are very similar in damage to titanium bombs, but they do a smaller AoE. The copper bombs have a much larger AoE, but you have to throw a lot more bombs. However, both copper bombs and iron bombs are far cheaper to purchase on the market than titanium bombs. And as you have witnessed, you can use them. They do work. They are perfectly viable. So, if you're new, you know, why not? Why not use that to come out here and make mining easier so that you can get yourself a stockpile of titanium and make your own titanium bombs instead of spending 2,500 on a bomb that you can't really afford. Anyway, that's the point of this video. Boundless community, you're awesome. And as always, guys, peace.